what is it? The Little Drummer Boy by David Bowie. Christmas time. And Big Crosby's that going. Boom, 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 boom. Could it be?
Doesn't
I have
smell
never
bad.
heard this.
What? You've never seen David Bowie doing the Little Drummer Boy?
No.
Go look it up on YouTube.
Dude, did you watch the I'm Afraid of Americans video that I posted?
I've seen it before, but I didn't watch your new 4K up.
They literal the official David Bowie YouTube channel posted a 4K version of I'm Afraid of Americans, and it's really weird to see 1996 David Bowie and Trent Reznor in like full 4K HD, like they're standing there right in front of you.
You can see the pores on them, dude. I saw your
Yeah.
screenshot at least. I was like, oh,
yeah,
my
it's
God.
freaking crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 4K shit more. You know, give it the upscale.
Well, it's the God Awful Gospel Hour, and Jason is back. His first episode for season 2.
Oh, hello. It's good to be here.
Yeah. Jason's been very busy being a weeb.
God awful. God awful. God awful.
Be living the weed
You
life.
got a song for Jason?
Uh-oh. What's this song?
Baby, lock the doors and put your pants on the floor. I got a 4-year-old strapped to the floor.
No.
I can't believe he fucking followed me home. 'Cause I'm a full-grown man. There's so many country songs that we can make into pedophile songs.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Oh, I
already
know.
creepy enough.
Well, there
They
are
are.
some that are already pedophile songs.
It only takes changing 0 words.
Yeah.
Look up some Conway Twitty sometime.
Yeah,
because,
right.
Hello, darling.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Every
And then the later lyric is, "Come here, darling.
good golly, Miss Molly.
Let me kiss you for old time's sake." Yeah, no, thank you.
These Beatles still have a song called "She Was Just 17."
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
A lot of bands have songs where it's like she's
Yeah.
like kiss.
I don't know. I feel like, I think we've talked about this before. I feel like in 1963, a girl being 17 and the rock star of the Beatles being 22, that's okay. But then you have Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
Then you have like, oh yeah, she's a jailbait 14-year-old. Hell yeah.
I think the grade. I think the freshman senior equivalency is fine. But I don't know. Maybe 22. Was it 22 and 17? You said how 5 years?
Yeah.
It's a little. That's
In
kinda-
1960, though, things were different.
well, people died when they were 30.
Things were different in the 90s.
You know.
During the entirety of Mallrats, Ben Affleck had fucked a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got arrested at the end, but these days you wouldn't even address that or say that or have that in a movie.
No,
Like, they don't do that anymore. You're not
They don't
allowed
do a
to
lot
like
of stuff in movies. now.
foment the behavior or whatever.
Right.
You can't have sex in movies now. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah. All the Zoomers are prudes.
I'm just trying to spread awareness for NAMBLA. It's important. Everybody needs to be represented.
They're going to get a letter. They're going to get a letter in the LGBT. I saw a really good joke where they called it the LG OLED TV community.
WTF BBQ LOL.
Yeah.
So they're lesbian, gay, and they have very good resolution.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Did you watch any X-Men movies recently? I was
You
trying to
know,
find
it-
The Wolverine. That's the only one I want to watch right now.
I have the Wolverine. I've
Is that that's the Japan one?
Yeah.
Right?
that's the one where that's not why I
Japaneses.
have. Before you make a joke, it's not why I have that movie.
That's Jason's favorite Wolverine.
It's my favorite
movie.
one. 'cause-
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because it's a weeb.
Yeah, because I guess I'm a weeb. Yes. No, I haven't watched any recently. I watched like what was it? I watched Apocalypse.
I've tried to watch Dark Phoenix, Rise of the Dark Phoenix, like 3 times I've fallen asleep.
Oh, I've heard it's fucking terrible.
Hey, my blinds just got here.
Hey,
FedEx guy just walked up and delivered them.
Maybe
We'll
lock
be
the
right back
door
after
and
this.
Put the blinds on the window.
Hey, the studio upgrade continues. So,
Yeah, it's looking good. I like.
I'm
the
trying to
little
think the last X-Men movie I actually watched. I mean, I watched all of them except for that Dark Phoenix crap.
There's been this weird like thing on Reddit where people are like, "Is the New Mutants good?" And I was like, "It didn't look good."
I heard that it was not good at all. It ends with
No,
like
I
fighting a
watched it.
giant CG bear or something.
I watched
Oh,
it.
Demon Bear.
It was horrible.
It was horrible.
They took Kitty
That's a
Pryde's
bummer.
little dragon away from her from Excalibur and gave it to
Did they?
fucking, I can't, his name is Excelsior or something? The little purple dragon?
Lockheed.
Lockheed. They took Lockheed away from
Oh.
Kitty Pryde and gave it to
That's
Anya Taylor-Joy.
That's a bummer.
Which character?
That was a good comic in the when they did it with the X-Men back in the 80s. It was really good. It was just dude.
I
Mutants
had
coming
it
up,
on in the
but everyone-
background. It was fine. But I mean, I was way more excited for the New Mutants comic when it came out.
Yeah, I was. I didn't know they did Demon Bear. That's like a big storyline in the New Mutant stuff. So
You remember whenever new things were good? It was like, oh, this is something new. It's probably going to suck.
Now it's more fun to look forward to it than when it actually comes out.
Yes,
I'm
yeah.
just going to watch the trailer and be excited, and I probably won't even go.
yeah, I kind of just wait for the court of public opinion when new stuff comes out. It's usually like either, this is really good or this is harsh. I'm more like, how about 9 months later?
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
opinion 9 months later? Because like you'll see people like give stuff like a game 7 out of 10, and then
So how long it takes for pregnant women to not be pregnant anymore and shut up about complaining and stuff?
there you go.
9 months. It has to be 9 months for them to chill out.
I call it the Incubus Morning View theory, where it got like 2 stars in Rolling Stone, and then like it showed up like on their best of list, like at number 24
Yeah.
or something that year.
Or the Nirvana Nevermind, where they gave the best album of 1991 to Teenage Fan Club.
It's not a bad album,
Which is still
but
a
it's
pretty good
not-
album, right?
It's not In Utero.
Yeah.
They
and-
gave In Utero 3 stars. I was like, how dare you? I'm offended.
I mean, all the X-Men movies to me were basically just Wolverine movies because all I wanted when I was little was a Wolverine movie, and now there's
Sure.
7 of them or whatever. If
Yeah.
you count the X-Men movies.
Yeah.
I mean, when he said "fuck off" in X-Men First Class, I was like, "Oh, this is a good movie now."
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I liked it, but it's just made the whole thing good.
He swore. He said the bad words.
Did you hear who's going to be the bad guy in Deadpool 3?
If he is, that'd be kind of a cool take.
No,
take-
it's Ben Affleck, Daredevil.
What?
Yeah, because they're doing multiverse and making fun of this, how they can't figure out licensing.
I really hope they bring back in Daredevil it was like the new metal wind up recordsy horseshit soundtrack, like
Yeah.
Evanescence and stuff.
Yeah.
I hope like if
Have I
they
made it as a wild man?
yeah,
That's the Spider-Man. Yeah.
bring me back to life. Yeah, that'd be great. That's the only time that would be appropriate to put
If
that in a song.
Ben
in a
Affleck
movie.
as Daredevil is in a Deadpool movie, they might make a joke about how his heightened sentences help him smell pussy from far away. And then I'm going to be really mad and sue Disney because that's my joke.
I think it's gonna. Yeah, there you go.
I can always tell when Elektra's coming. Yeah.
Daredevil can't fight crime near the yoga studio because of the musk in the air. It's like, I'm blind. It's like a dog when someone farts and they're like, that's bright. That's very bright fart you've done.
But I think getting X-Men movies, it's kind of got a little stink on it now because of the whole Bryan Singer, situation.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to
Why? What happened with Bryan Singer? I heard he was a great guy.
I heard
he had his really awesome parties for teenagers.
that's what I heard.
Yeah.
There were parties. I may or may not have been there or organized everything.
But awesome subjective though, right?
But you know what? What's funny is I knew about Bryan Singer and Young Boys before I'd ever heard about it in any social media or news or anything. Because you and I, Jason, used to work with a guy, and he said one of his high school friends was this gay guy. And right as soon as he was a senior in high school, somehow he met Bryan Singer at some party or something, and Bryan Singer's like, I'm going to fly you out to LA and you're going to stay with me and you're going to be my little toy.
Again, give you the Bryan Stinger.
At this point, this guy was 18, but you could definitely see where he liked him as young as he could.
You can see where this is
maybe
going.
get.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I remember that.
He's another
Yeah,
one.
I mean, he told me about that back in 2006. I was like, wait, and of course, then of course, all of the X-Men was like, oh, Bryan Singer's so great to be making the X-Men because he knows what it's like to be an outcast or a marginalized whatever. I'm like, yeah,
sex
even more
pest
so
is
than
not
you
an
thought.
outcast.
You know what? That Bryan Singer would be a better one for the Amazon The Boys show gag.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Kevin Spacey is not into superhero movies. Bryan Singer has his finger on the pulse.
Yeah,
of,
Bryan Singer begged to make an Amazon show called The Boys, but it's not about what you think it is, right?
Oh no.
I was told there would be boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so haven't watched any of the Singer X-Men, nor have I watched The Usual Suspects. Like
Ever or in a long time?
No, in a long time.
Okay.
Oh, I fucking loved it. When
Did
it
you
came out.
go? Did you and I go to see the first X-Men movie together in 2000? I mean, I know I went with a couple other friends of ours at least, but I can't remember if you were there or not.
We might have gone to what's the second one?
X2 I saw in San Marcos with.
Oh, did
another
That
you?
one
friend
was
of
good. That
ours,
was during
yeah.
the time when all the second ones were good.
Yeah,
Spider-Man 2
Spider-Man
was
Spider-Man
2,
good.
was good.
X-Men 2.
X-Men 2. They
yeah.
got the Banff down really nice and the schnicked.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 had bones in it. Remember? She's
Yeah.
like the secretary. She's like, "You're late. These pizzas are cold."
Yeah, and then I guess I saw the third one in theaters, and I was like, "What the?" That was, the thing that's become very, very familiar is being really excited for something and then it's sucking. It's one of your like childhood franchises and all that. That was one of the early tastes of that.
Well,
Had
the
the
next
t-
X-Men movie that's coming out is Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah,
so that
that's-
should be good. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, like it's been a hard, long time since I've been into something.
But it doesn't have to
Marvel.
be good. It just has to be funny. It's like SNL.
Yeah.
People try to act on SNL, and you're like, this is not a thespian show. Just be
Yeah.
funny. People say it sucks when it's not funny. They don't say SNL sucks because the acting was bad.
yeah.
I don't need X-Men to be Shakespeare. I want to see some cool powers.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to invent some new workout gear for women. Speaking of stinky pussies, it's hot girl running o'clock. You might want to turn your couch around. We keep this window open because at 3 to 5 every day, it's hot girls walking
Oh my.
30. But we
it-
started noticing this trend downtown working where I work in the field of girls wearing spandex, full body spandex to work out,
Okay.
which has been going on for several years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's rad. But just put a little gold X on there. If you're going to wear all black, go cosplay a little bit.
Go all in.
Put some flames. You can be Phoenix.
Get a leather jacket.
Put some lightning bolts.
get
If
the
you're a
90s.
black lady, you can be Storm.
There you go.
So
Cut some
so
holes
I can
down the
yeah.
side of the leg.
Yeah, there you go.
I know you're trying to work out and get exercise and be comfortable, but I'm trying to come in my pants in my truck. So
On-
be
on-
respectful of
on
other
company
people's
time.
Yeah, I want you to come into my boundaries. Which ex girl is your favorite?
I was always a stand for Jean Grey. I liked her, but that's just I guess that was I always liked her and I liked Rogue. Rogue was cool.
What about you, Donnie?
Psylocke, probably.
Same, the whore. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then what's her name? Olivia Munn played her in the movie.
Oh, she was
And I was like,
terrible.
she looked like she had the look. Okay,
The look was down,
but
she
was.
Olivia
I think she had
Munn,
like
though.
3 lines. And was she one of the 4 horsemen or
Yes.
whatever?
Yeah.
Because did he turn Angel into Archangel in that movie? I've only watched it once, and I was like, man, this is bloated and bad.
I've
and
watched it
stupid.
1.5 times, and the other
Yeah.
half I fell asleep. No, I
So,
think the
gun
first
to your head, Cyclops' eyes to the side of your nuts. Would you kiss Ian McKellen?
one- Oh, absolutely.
Just once.
Just once.
It's not gay.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you're kissing Gandalf
Yeah.
Right.
and Magneto.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're an apt pupil now.
Yeah.
You could be a Nazi.
Forgot about that pupil.
That was the first thing I remember him from, I think. No.
I mean, if you're
actually,
going to let him tell you to kiss him, you're going to
Yeah.
let him tell you to do a bunch of other stuff, too. You're going to salute and goose step. And
he played Death in Last Action Hero when the ticket accidentally hit the screen of the 7th seal,
Oh, I didn't know that.
and it made Death from the 7th seal walk out into the real world, and it was Ian McKellen. That's the first thing I remember Ian McKellen from.
was that what they say?
Was that
That's
was that,
what they say.
Was
that-
that what they say?
was that his like
Charles.
first acting credit? Or like,
No, I mean,
The
he's
other
been
picture,
around forever.
Charles.
That was just the first thing I remember from. 'Cause
Oh.
somehow, and then at pupil, I guess before, but of course, then whenever he was Magneto first, and then he was Gandalf.
Check the pressure luck, Charles.
I like how they try
I
to
can't
use
stop
plastic.
them all.
They try to use plastic stuff to stop Magneto.
Oh yeah, they put him in the acrylic
Like
box.
he has super powerful other friends that can just
Yeah.
break plastic.
That's right.
It's not going to stop all his minions.
I liked the idea of Mystique injecting that guy with iron so that he could suck all the iron out of that
That was
guy's
cool.
blood.
Yeah. It's
That
very
was in
cool.
2. 2 was a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it X-Men United? What was
Too
it called?
much
A sub-
iron in
title?
your blood.
X-Men United. Yeah.
Yeah, X2, X-Men. Like, I was like, couldn't it just be called X-Men 2? Come on.
Did you want Jean to get with Logan?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think now you got me thinking about it. Now you got me dwelling on it. So we're gonna derail.
Gun
the
to your head.
podcast.
Cyclops' eyes to your nuts.
Yeah.
Would you let?
Yeah.
Would you like?
You could
Jean and
make
Logan
it to
together?
where Logan gets
Yeah.
Jean Grey.
Will
Yeah,
you save
Logan-
their marriage or have him?
Logan needs a little good luck.
Yeah.
These days,
Yeah,
but
he's
I
having a hard
think
time.
I believe like the most recent comics, I believe they were like a threesome. Or something like
Yeah, I mean,
Of course, in the most recent comics they were,
know.
because
they're all trans,
they're
and
all
gay, and
Yeah.
they're all
like
black.
all they're completely controlled by these
right,
you
wife
know,
sharing. You know,
by
So-
these people who
Is
are
that
like
an X-Men Red? The new X-Men comic's called X-Men Red. I don't know what it is. I saw somebody.
There's so many.
Doing
They
some quick drawings
Once
on
Hickman left,
Instagram.
it got so like drawn out in like different issues, and I just couldn't keep up anymore. They're trying to wrap it up now because like in July, apparently they're like they're going back to like the, I guess because X-Men 97's coming out, they're going more along those lines. You know, so
Well,
kind of
even Days of Future Past now is kind of cheesy. I watched it the other day, and it's a lot of look out, here they come.
I think the biggest problem with those movies was that they they were like, oh, Jennifer Lawrence is a huge star, so we're just gonna make all of the movies about Jennifer Lawrence and Mystique, to the point where it goes against what they previously like. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, is like Mystique and I were best friends growing up.
Do you think
Like,
she
I didn't
leaked her-
mention it in any of the first 3 movies.
Yeah.
But you know,
Do you think she leaked her nudes because everybody already saw them titties on the Mystique outfit? She's like, everybody's already seen my titties with the blue scales on them anyway, so who cares? She just leaked her nudes, and then
it's
turned
like, oh,
into
here's
the
my
fappening.
butthole anyway. Yeah.
That's quite a campaign, though.
Yeah. You got to promote yourself. There's no such thing as bad publicity.
That's true.
So, yeah, Days of Future Past was good. For the first class ones versus the 2000 ones, they're both time is enough past now where they're both kind of cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of looking back on that. You know, eventually the Star Wars sequels are going to reach that prequel status where everybody
Oh,
goes,
no,
oh,
they're
it was
not.
cute. It was
No,
a
they're
cute
not.
time.
They don't have the honesty behind.
No, we'll be
them. They're
dead.
too
You won't even know about it.
Yeah.
Like in 30 years.
Yeah.
I will know from the afterlife. Like not while my soul lingers.
You're going to haunt social media.
Yeah.
Don't say that. It's not cute. But yeah, everyone on Plex agrees that Days of Future Past is the best because it's the only one on there.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest are all on Disney, but I got rid of my Disney because there's no foreseeable Star Wars future anything.
No,
That was the only reason I was giving them anything.
they're cutting back.
And then somebody was a good guy and put on the Hideo Kojima movie on.
I
Donnie,
saw
Donnie, tell Jason how you say the name of the creator of Final Fantasy.
Hironobu Sakaguchi.
Goddamn sack of kids! I'm gonna tickle him. A Sakaguchi goose.
Hironobu Sakaguchi.
Nubo Umatsu.
Nuobo Umatsu.
Who's the music guy?
Yeah, he's
That's
the
Umatsu.
And then the painter
Yeah.
guy, Amano.
Amano's the painter.
Yoshitaka Amano.
Jason, what'd you think about that posing Darth Maul video I sent you?
Oh, the one where it's like you've got to do it this way.
Were you aware that those existed?
No.
The posing videos?
No.
So
No.
you haven't. Okay.
So yeah, these two have been to my house.
I mean, with
They've
as many action figures as you have,
they've
you
seen the
should be-
figures and like prize figures I've gotten from Japan and stuff.
This dude
so-
made like an asthma video of him going,
Yeah,
gently push the ankle down
and I'm
and
just
apply
like, just
direct
stand it
pressure
up.
to the shin.
Just stand it up. You know, make a little fist with it or something. That's about it. That's all I do. I just put the fist on him. You know, little
No,
fist
Jason
piece.
arranges all his figures so there's an empty space for his wife to see next time she comes in the room so he can go, look, clearly I need to buy more.
That's right.
There's an empty spot. Is
I
that
told
Will
her-
Sasso?
I told her one time, you don't have to worry about that. I don't need no action figure for you. She goes, oh, she's just gonna put me on the shelf and
Yeah.
just let me collect dust. I was like, well, this went horribly wrong.
Do you have a preferred toy brand, Hot Toys or?
I mean, every
different
time
ones?
I go to Japan, I've been to like the Tamashii Nations ones.
Yeah.
Bandai Namco, that's their brand. So they do like all sorts of. They do like prize figures. They do fancy little mini statues. They do the ones I like are the figure arts where they're like all like multiple joints and like you can do all sorts of crazy shit with them. You know.
Do you have a bunch of Marvel ones besides Spider-Man? I saw your Spider-Man ones, but
Uh,
I didn't take a mental inventory of everything.
nah, that's okay. I try not to. Don't worry about it. No, the Marvel stuff out there is okay, but they do a lot of it just based on like the movies.
We should
you
have
know?
a bunch of action
Yeah.
figure junkies over to Jason's house so they can go, can I have your action figures? Just give them to me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would.
Can I play with your Deadpool?
While I'm here, why don't you
Yeah.
just let me have your stuff?
There you go.
Yeah, I guess I was all that they've done so many of the Marvel Legends figures, right? That
Oh,
like,
those are
they're like the Funko Pops of Marvel. Like have
they're
every
kind of like
single
the
thing.
Funko now of Pops. Yeah, I remember when Funko first came out, it was like it was cute. It was like, oh, you know, because I would really like the Mighty Mugs. Hasbro used to do Mighty Mugs, which was like little kind of big head, kind of squat body little Marvel figures and Star Wars figures. They were really cool when they first came out, but they stopped doing them.
There's SFH Arts. That's his company. Them and Hot Toys are the ones that I hear the most about.
Yeah, SH Figure Arts is the big one that I like.
I guess in the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you can get basically a portable save point.
Okay.
And they call it the Play Arts Save Point.
Shut the fuck up. Are you serious?
That's what the item is called. It's like a Play Arts model save point.
Okay, so
in
for
this
those
game
that are
now? Rebirth?
Yeah, I just got one in the game.
So for those that are listening, the guys that make Final Fantasy also do toys called Play Arts and Bring Arts. And the Play Arts ones, they're like little 10 to 11 inch tall figures, usually $100, $150 a pop, maybe more. But if you do your research or buy it used, you don't have to pay that much. Thank Christ. I did not pay that much for my Cloud on a motorcycle.
Sounds like a good name for Brian Singer's production company. Play Arts.
Play Arts.
It's for kids.
It's just for kids.
Fun, for boys to have fun.
So the corporate gross energy you just told me about, where it's like the Play Arts figure for a portable save point, I was like, that's disgusting.
Well, it can't be any worse than in Final Fantasy 15, where they're like, do you like cup of noodles? And he goes on about
the cup ramen.
they got me
the
with
cup
that.
ramen. Yeah,
They got me with that the same way they got Tony Hawk. Remember Tony Hawk got controversy for doing a Pizza Bites commercial?
Yeah.
And like some of the cooler skaters called him and they were like, what are you doing? You're a sellout. And they were out at his house. They're
Bagel
like,
bites.
you fucking rich now and doing these. And he opened the freezer and he was like, look at all these bagel bites. I actually love bagel bites. I eat them already. Like they've been here. Frozen. He was like, look at the date on this box. It's from before I got the commercial gig.
If anybody's would have 80% of their diet be bagel bites, I would think it would be Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
I would think
He seems
so.
like the kind of guy who eats bagel bites at least every other day.
It's probably his lifeblood.
I like when they mixed my two favorite shit. They mixed Final Fantasy and ramen. I was like, cool. I like all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they also did that too, like in Advent Children. They gave it where like Cloud, after the credits, this little Sony Expedia phone.
Oh yeah, they had they had the Sony phones in there,
But
and
it
then-
worked because
Yeah.
I was like, I want that fucking phone.
No, I thought those phones were so. I wanted that
Pavlov.
ringtone,
Yeah.
and that was my ringtone for the longest time. I found the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I had the Pretender by the Foo Fighters as my ringtone for a
Yeah.
little bit on my phone.
Yeah.
But that was just during when I was a supervisor at the newspaper in my hometown. So every time there was an issue, it'd go. So by the time I quit, I fucking hated that song.
Yeah, I had the
Finally changed the ringtone. Like this sucks.
yeah. After that scene in Advent Children with the that's yours. Yours is awesome. I would never change that.
I was bummed because we had stuff going on, but I would have gone with you, Josh, to go see Advent Children in the theater. That would have been fun.
Where was it? Was it here?
I'm sure they did it at a couple of theaters around here, So, but
The Fathom events is usually at that one on Stastny, that little Texas Lane theater. But after that scene in Advent Children where the guy's phone is the ringtone is the victory fanfare or whatever.
Yeah.
I had that, and then the next thing I changed it to was freaking the shipping up to Boston by the Dropkick Murphys because of The Departed.
Hey, we are coming up on the Dropkick Murphys holiday here pretty quick.
This is my
Oh, yeah.
alarm clock that wakes me up.
Nice. I will never turn down any foreigner on you. So
That's so not racist of you. That's nice. Never turn down a
I would
phone.
never turn down a
I
foreigner.
don't
That's
never-
what she said.
Did y'all see the Tron picture?
Yeah, the red Tron.
Ares?
Tron Ares, is that Jared Leto in it?
I don't know. It looks cool. I've never been huge into Tron.
I haven't
I
either.
wasn't either. I
tried. And I was
Passed
like,
me by. There are people that are totally freaks about it.
Yeah.
They even tried to get me again with Daft Punk the second time. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
nice try. The soundtrack
Good
still
songs.
is not that, yeah.
Yeah, who's going to do the soundtrack this
Important.
time, though? Hopefully not. No, you can't do Daft Punk now because they're not together anymore.
Yeah, all they do is
Yeah.
play their anime movie.
Well, they let their label reissue stuff every 5
Let their
years.
label
or
reissue
something.
stuff
It's
and
been
they
20
do
years
French movie
now. It's been
soundtracks.
25 years now.
Which is
Yeah.
fine because, I'd like to make sure I have them all,
Did you hear about Rockstar having to go to work? Forced attendance, mandatory office
to
attendance.
go into the office because they're like, hey, we got to finish Grand Theft Auto 6.
No, it's because of the leak.
Stop telling your friends
the
about
leak
Grand
was
Theft Auto.
years
You don't have to
ago.
go into office. That's your fault. I blame them.
Like, it wasn't an instant decisive action after the leak. The leaks happened months ago, and now they're saying they're making people go in. Yeah,
because of
it's-
the leak,
because
because of the
security,
rush. Yeah, the final year of
the
production.
crunch. Yeah.
Which I get that, I guess, but
It's not mandatory work attendance. It's called going to work.
I mean,
Everybody used to do it 2-3 years ago, and now
Yeah.
I started going back to the office September 2020.
mm-hmm.
I mean, we had a new empty building and nobody was there, so it was rad.
Got to pay rent.
Yeah.
That's the yeah.
You got to get ROI on the lease space.
We had to look. We were like, we always get like I kind of wish people would just be forefront when they're like, oh, we want to promote unity and collaborative teamwork when we go back to the office. It's just say you got to pay rent.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. Just say it.
Well,
Our
yeah.
building
I
is
get it.
expensive, and we can't get rid of it.
If I had to pay $1 million for my house, I'd want to be in it too.
Yeah.
They always have to
Get it.
justify stupid purchases.
I
Like they get a
know.
new system and they're like, everybody has to use this gay new computer
Mm-hmm.
system that sucks because we spent $8 million on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but that's not. It sucks.
It's horrible. Who made the decision? Yeah, exactly.
Do you have any
Well, at least they're not going to be doing any punching down in the new Grand Theft Auto game.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if Sweet Baby Ink's going to work on it at all. I wonder if it's going to get a Steam tag. So there's a Steam curator who is making a list of all the games that Sweet Baby Ink, the DEI consulting people, have been involved in and giving them a not recommended.
That's going to be a lot of games, though.
I'm just hoping they're like heavy-handed with just using Florida as an excuse to be retarded.
Yeah.
Like they're
I see.
still going to have racism and everything. They're just going to go, look how bad these people are. And
I
this
mean,
backwards
it's Grand
ass
Theft- I think-
Australia and America,
I feel
Florida.
like it's Grand Theft Auto, though. I feel like you shouldn't lean. I mean, I don't feel like you should you gotta have vagrants and not
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you gotta
Well, there's
degenerates and shit. It shouldn't be all PC.
Yeah,
and
even
it's
Red
Grand
Dead
Theft Auto.
had
There's
it.
a certain attitude, and a
Red Dead,
certain
yeah.
type of satire that all the Grand Theft Auto games have been.
yeah.
And
Tongue in cheek.
that does not, and even that wasn't, there wasn't any these stupid, whatever minorities. Nobody was ever saying that.
But those dudes are gone. The Leslie
Yeah.
Benzies and the Hauser guy.
The
all the
Hausers
ones
are
that wrote
gone.
All
that
the
shit.
ones who are responsible for the tone are gone. So
Yeah.
I'm just it's not going to be as bad as this Saints Row reboot because
They
it's
hire
Grand Theft
comedians.
Auto.
Rockstar's hired comedians a couple times. They hired Dane Cook. That was great.
Yeah,
Cat
Bill Burr,
Williams, he
yeah.
was on GTA 4.
Ooh, don't get me started about Cat Williams right now.
yeah.
I'm in my
he,
era.
He just did Rogan.
I'm in my Cat Williams era. Cat Williams is God era right now.
Oh no!
He's amazing.
He's
He
so crazy.
He's got 11 children.
Yes.
And he's single
Yeah.
because he does not play with bitches. He argues the same way they do. The whole time on Rogan, everything Rogan said, he was like, no, it's not that. It's this. And then didn't make any sense. It was just like, it's not about the nail thing.
yeah,
Like, that's why he can't have a wife because he speaks woman. And Joe Rogan was talking about how Tom Green was on bragging about how he has a mule and he can lead the mule with his mind. It feels like they're in mind meld when he's sitting, when he's riding the mule. If he feels like going left, the mule figures it out without him even doing anything.
Okay.
Kind of like if you look to the left in your car goes. And so he was telling Cat Williams about that, and Cat Williams was like, I can do that with women and my ducks. I got a pond full of ducks, and I tell them what to do when they do that shit.
Wow.
It's like, you don't tell women what to do. Well, maybe he does, because he's sent 5 of them packing.
He's got
Yeah.
11 kids though, so he may have to be told what to do, especially when it comes to child support.
But he's a masterful orator. And I think he hung back on podcasting for like
He's
10
great
years
to listen to. You go listen
until
to
he
stand-up.
figured out what podcasting is supposed to be. And then he was like, I'm ready. And he jumped in and was like, we're going to make 2 hours of hilarious.
Yeah.
See, the problem is the demon Bahamut.
and-
that is who is responsible for all this transgender ideology.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, you must understand. He's a retarded black midget pimp. He has to be funny. Like, it's actually harder for white men to be funny because we have all of this privilege. It's an unprivileged privilege.
It's unprivileged privilege.
Yeah, because we don't have a reason to have to be.
Yeah. They're just funny in a
No
different
one will
direction.
ever
right?
understand the pain that we go through.
No one will ever understand the pain of the white man.
Jason, do you have any figures with wire capes?
With wire cape.
The posable cape?
No, I don't.
I want to spawn one. I bet that'd be good.
I bet that would be cool.
Cape would go all the way down to the floor from the top shelf.
I've got a figure from.
And then it go
Bes-
back up to the ceiling because that's what his cape would always do.
Yeah.
I've got a figure from Berserk, which is like one of my favorite mangas and animes, and like his cape is like this weird, like it's not cloth, but it's not paper. It's like some weird thing. It's I don't know.
Where are you
It's
going to
kind
put
of-
the juggernaut in that room? You
I
got to
have
move
no
some shit
fucking
around.
Idea. I bought like a couple weeks ago. I was like out I saw one of the, because they're doing like the XMEN 97 toys right now. So I saw one of the Sentinels. You know, so like, fuck yeah, I'm putting a Sentinel in my
How
room.
big would that be compared to?
The Sentinel was like, I think 12 inches. It's like a foot.
Jason, you defied the stereotype of like people think crazy cat ladies can't be married, like they're all single. You can't have that many cats and still have a husband. I didn't think dudes could have that many action figures and still have a wife. I was like, this dude's doing everything. He's got it all.
You just have to find the cool wife.
The trick is pay your bills, pay your mortgage, take care of shit around the house when you need to. Don't cheap out on stuff like, you know, taking care of the dogs or, you know, health and stuff like that.
Any argument in my house would come down to the most recent action figure. Well, you fucking got a Wolverine.
We kind of do it like, what was it? I had forgotten that, you know, so I wanted to get back into like working on some stuff in Linux and stuff for work, and then I wanted something to tinker with again. So I'd forgotten that I had pre-ordered a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Or the OLED, because I had a regular Steam Deck. It didn't do it for me. They apparently fixed all the stuff in the OLED, so I was like, okay, I pre-ordered the OLED, and it's gonna come. Forgot it came. I forgot I ordered it because we had a bunch of, you know, family shit going on in the background. So it came, and I was like, my Steam Deck came, and my wife was like, I thought we said we weren't getting another Steam Deck. She didn't like the last one. I was like, yeah, but this one's different.
We're pregnant.
So
we're not getting a Steam Deck.
That's right. And she was like, you know, well, so you can have a Steam Deck, and then like she goes, but in return, she was like, I would like a Dyson hair dryer, and
Nice.
I was like, done.
You should give her a back rub and be like, this is how I apply gentle pressure to my action figures when I pose them.
I'm at the.
This is why you want me to have action figures, because I'm good at
That's right.
shiatsu.
I learned
Shiatsu.
applicable skills.
I learned to give and take, right? Like there's one time, like I'm at the age now where it's like we were like arguing over something. It wasn't even something stupid. It was like we argue over like stuff like, you know, did you read the instruction, or, you know, I can help you with that. Or it's like, and then I just stop. If I'm like getting it, I just go, why are we fighting? This is stupid.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good one.
Let's not do this. Like, I don't want to do this. So, you know, I just kind of it's not like, it's not passive aggressive. It's not just adverse to like conflict. It's just like, I just don't care.
I've always liked Jason's wife because she has a very, very rare quality in a woman, which is she can be reasoned with.
Yeah. R.I.P. Richard Lewis. My wife does the same thing. Fuck you. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll have a fight, and like it's winding down from the fight, and she's like, what do you want for dinner? I'm like, no, I'm still mad. I don't want to ever eat anything again. I'm going to throw a fit and be a pussy baby. She's like, no, we still got to eat. We still have life. We're still in love. We still have a relationship. And I'm like, fuck.
We have to do this all again tomorrow.
So we have to start getting along and eat food somewhere.
That's right. All right. No sense in carrying it to the next day. That's kind of how I operate. So.
But let's carry it into a break because I have to do a restroom break.
Go
so
pee-pee.
stop us for just a second.
Bye.
Why are you gay?
Game over? No way! Because we got Game Genie! We tell you when it's over.
With Game Genie, I decide how many lives I get.
I use it when I want to live forever.
Play to the end and win. Maybe I want to start on level 15.
No problemo!
It makes cool games like Street Fighter 2 more exciting.
That's frustrating!
With Game Genie, it ain't over.
So we say it's over. Excellent!
Game Genie for NES, Super NES, Sega Genesis, and Game Boy. Codes from many popular games, each sold separately.
Well, I put it.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Would you like to snort your brother?
No, I'm good.
You mix it
He's
up.
become one with me.
If you really want him to turn into space dust,
Yeah, right.
put some
man.
crystal meth or crystal ecstasy in there. I had a buddy who in drama club growing up. I was just thinking about this because we wrote a bunch of skits together. You guys used to write comedy together in creative writing, right?
We
You guys
did,
do
yeah.
collaborate on anything?
Well, we didn't really collaborate. We just like traded stories back and forth.
We
Like,
watched a
out-funny
shitload
each
of
other.
South Park, and then we put it in the writing.
Okay.
Yeah,
We did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that.
It was like golden age of early South Park. We were all watching it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I had a kid that I wrote jokes with in drama club, and he had this funny story that he did a skit about how he wasn't allowed to go to family funerals anymore because the first one they took him to was open casket. And it was his grandmother, but they didn't do the thing with the baby bird or the dog to teach him about death yet. And he was like 4 or 5.
Oh, no.
So he went through the line and he was like, "Grandma, wake up! Grandma, Why are you sleeping, Grandma?
Oh.
And everybody in the room was either bawling or crying or laughing or trying to run up there and stop him. And he was like shaking her. Grandma, stop.
Nice prank.
You were just sleeping last week at my house, remember?
Oh no. Oh no.
So he was uninvited to future funerals.
Yeah.
He turned 12 and he's like, I understand now. Can I come to the next one, please?
Yeah,
I'm not going to shake
I will
anyone.
not shake the casket.
So, Jason, what do you think of whenever someone says, I am in my blank era? What does that bring to mind? Does that like bring to mind? To me, it brings to mind.
May I use it in a sentence?
Yeah, like.
I'm entering my villain era like that.
Yeah.
I'm ambivalent towards it.
That doesn't make you think of maybe like Taylor Swift. Maybe it makes you think of like teenage girls say on Instagram saying like, I'm in my boyfriend era. Right?
It's a very adolescent thing to say.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it is.
So
I don't know if I'd want to say that.
So you would never say something like, I'm firmly in my Idols man crush era. 90% of rock music, R-A-W-K music, is attitude. This song and video is lousy with it. King Giz and Ric Flair now have a contender for best woo in R-A-W-K. BRB filling my workout playlist with Idols tracks.
I don't know where you got that from, but I'm kind of just needed. I feel like we need to just stop for a second. Yeah. We need to collect ourselves here. Is this who I think it is?
Yes.
Quentin Tarantino, Jack Black,
Oh no,
Kevin Smith,
no.
the proclaimer of what's awesome.
It is.
So
It is.
now
But without all those
So
qualifications.
now I hate Ric Flair and I hate Idols. I barely listen to Idols.
Now I hate myself for listening to that whole thing again for the second time after I read it on text earlier.
I'm very upset at you right now.
It's very much that, what are the teenage girls saying?
Yeah.
I will then say the thing that the teenage girls are saying, because for some reason I think teenage girls are the coolest thing in culture at all times.
Look,
I'm type 2 diabetes.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Now, I'm so glad y'all do that now. That makes me so happy. I think
We're in our type 2 diabetes era.
That's a good one. That's
Don't
a
make
good
me
one.
get in
That's
my
a good one.
zone.
technically I'm in my
Yeah.
pre-diabetes era now. Ha ha. See,
Hey, you went back an era.
I went back an era. I know. Now I'm just in the knees are fucked era, but that's okay. That's all good. That's for another day.
So now that's going to be my new joke format. I think that me and Josh are going to have to trade back and forth. Is I'm in my blank era.
I like it.
So like I was like I'm in my
We have to
I'm
go to
in my
Lids.
having sex with girls, passed out girls era.
Holy shit! I thought you were about to say you went. I'm in my ruh, and I was like, please don't say rape era. I was
That's
like,
exactly what I'm in my raping bitches era.
oh no.
I'm in my throwing rocks at Chinese people era.
We need to have a talk then.
I'm in my dropping loads and licking toads era.
Oh no.
We're going to go to Lids and get new era flat bill hats.
Oh my god.
I'm in my new era.
There you go. So I believe that at our age, I think it's good to see what's out there. I think it's like when it comes to like music, movies, culture, anime, comics, books, whatever. I think it's awesome to people do that, because if you look at people our age, or like when we were growing up, they kind of just gave up and started watching Hallmark movies, and like just kind of just settling for not expanding their worldview. Which is not what I wanted to do.
There's you can overcompensate though, and then you can basically pretend that every single new thing that comes out is just the most amazing thing in the world.
Okay, so let's do a test here.
Yeah.
All right, ready? Donnie.
Uh-huh.
So last year, after a couple trips I went on, I've tried to expand my palette with music. I've been listening to Britpop. I've been listening to started listening to Tame Impala. I've listened to just throwing some stuff.
Named my core of everything that I always listen to
I know,
all the time
but
already.
But
anyway.
just getting back into, right? Like I'm trying new things.
Ooh, you're expanding your horizons
expanding-
into my mainstream.
Well, you know what I mean. Like,
Cool.
I've listened to J-rock, J-pop, Korean rap, stuff like that. So I've listened to it, and there's some good stuff. I'll recommend it to you. Mm-hmm. Now, does that sound like okay? Does it sound like I've given you a gateway?
Is it going to send you into an era?
Have I sent you into a wormhole, possibly? Right? Because here's where I'm going. I don't want to be like, oh, dude, you know what? Rocks
I'm in my
are-
K-pop
I'm in my
era.
I'm in my J-rock era. No.
I'm firmly in my K-pop era. This rocks. You know, like there's a difference, right? There's, hey, I've been checking out this band, listening to this band a lot lately. Here's a video.
I think we're too old and ecclesiastical for fads.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't have words anymore. We used to have cool words every time. They
Yeah.
change out. I don't even have words anymore. I think it's gay to have words.
I've always been that way. Jason will remember me being 19 years old and whatever the new trendy term was, me talking about how stupid it was.
You've
you
been
know.
pretty anti-trend since I've known you.
I've been anti-dumb trends.
I know.
Whenever a trend is cool and good, I love freaking 4chan memes.
I went to
I do not like whenever 20-year-old girls call things problematic.
oh, speaking of 20-year-old girls, do you think Ellen Page trans because Juggernaut called her a bitch? She was like, I am not a bitch.
I am the furthest thing that you could possibly be from a bitch.
Is she going all the way? She got her tits off. Is she going to get an unboxing video surgery
I don't know.
of her vagina off?
I don't know.
no.
TF to M?
All I know is that there's a book, an autobiography of Elliot Page sitting with a wife beater on.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Is there really?
Yes. And I can't remember what it's called anymore. It's like Just Elliot or something dumb.
Why can't women just think about tits the same way you think about having a dick and balls? Like, it's rad. I love it. What's the problem? Why do you want to get rid of it?
Well, there's plenty of people. I guess there's enough people who feel the same way about their dick and balls. This isn't
it's
supposed
so
to be
itchy.
here. Yeah.
I just don't like sitting on them.
I hate it.
That's my problem.
We were talking about that last week about people that cross their legs all the way together.
Yeah.
It's like where are your balls right now?
Like
What are you
that.
doing with your balls and
Yeah,
cock?
I can't do that.
Yeah. I've never done. I've always
I've never
crossed my
done-
legs.
It
like
makes
this.
me queasy. I'm like, how are you? I don't want to think about where it's at, but it's not where it's supposed to be.
I may like cross my feet, but like I can't cross my legs. But that's also because of just I got tiny little raptor legs. you know.
Did you get into any of the X-Men spin-offs? X-Force, Excalibur?
Oh, when I was
we were
huge,
prime time in the
I was
90s.
X-Force. I was hardcore X-Force when I was growing up.
Okay, so you were pumped for
I
Cable.
liked Cable. Yeah.
Cable was good.
Cable
He
and
had all the-
Bishop and all those.
he had all
Do you
the
think
pow-
they did Cable good in Deadpool 2?
What's that?
Do you think they did Cable good in Deadpool 2?
I did all right. Yeah, I was fine with it. Josh
dubstep.
Brolin as Cable. No,
Dubstep is for pussies.
I couldn't think of anyone else they could put in that role.
I know. He was cleaning up. He was Thanos and Cable at the same time.
I had the first trade of freaking Age of Apocalypse, and now it's gone. I can't remember what it had. I had like a gold foil cover to it.
Did you give it to that lady comedian that came over?
Yeah.
That's what we should do next time you come over at Monkey See Monkey Do on Congress. They have all the old cards, trading cards. I went there and got
the old
Back to the
Marvel
Future
cards?
2.
Oh,
Trading- They've got a bunch of weird ones.
yeah,
And they're all cheap, so we could go in there and get them and then open them on the show and compare.
nice.
If you get X-Men ones or Batman. I got all the Batman movie ones when they came out.
I used to
a
have all
shoebox full of
the
them.
1991 and 90
Marvel cards?
Marvel cards. Yeah,
Good.
that whole
That,
set.
that might be the first Marvel thing I got really into.
That's
was
how I
Marvel
got into
cards.
comic books pretty hard.
Yeah, like because it was that 91 series of X-Men toys, that for the first line of X-Men toys, you know,
Yeah.
with the magnets in Magneto's hands and the thing in Cyclops' face that would light up, and the I think third wave of Marvel cards.
Yeah, I remember those with
and-
like the little galaxy background on it.
Yeah,
stuff like
and
that.
then
Yeah.
at the back they have like their power levels and all that. That was what really got me into like the whole Marvel universe, because I didn't know that all that stuff was connected.
Ego the Living Planet. That's where I first saw them, and it was like power level 777.
Yeah,
so I was like,
right.
"Who's this guy fighting?" And I was like, "It's Thor." I was like, "Oh, okay."
I never could. I never got the number one Spider-Man. I never got it.
As
The
always
number one
number one.
card.
And then, like when you got the third series, though, it was always there. Like you always had a Spider-Man. Like the rarity decreased.
And my brother-in-law got me into Days of Future Past. He had the graphic novel. It was the first graphic novel I'd seen. I thought comics were just comic books and
Oh,
you
I
had to
love-
buy them every week. I didn't know
Days
that
of
they were
Future Past, the comic.
collected
It was great.
into a big, thick thing. And he had all these graphic novels. He let me borrow all of them. But him and I had ideological differences, and he's passed now. He's the one that said there's a gay agenda.
Aw.
And he's the one that said if you don't have kids, you don't have any stake in society. And I was like, fuck society. Who cares?
Gives a shit.
I don't want any stake in this bullshit. What do you think is going to happen when you have kids all of a sudden?
Burn it down.
Yeah.
There's going to be some legacy or coat of arms or castle.
Yeah.
This is my family.
We must now have a sigil.
Yeah. But then when Days of Future Past movie came out, and there was that screenshot, one of the first promo screenshots they put out, the still of with Charles and Eric
Yeah.
playing chess together on the airplane.
Uh huh.
And I was like, oh, that's me and my dead brother-in-law arguing about what's right and what's wrong in the world. We had to commute together in Florida, and he was just, instead of listening to Rush Limbaugh, he'd just yell at me all of Rush Limbaugh's shit.
All of his opinions.
I don't want to know this.
He was like a yelling New York Post headline, pretty much. Like, there's a fire in Queens.
The gays are coming. You need to have kids.
Yeah. I remember the first graphic novel I had was X-Men from the Ashes. That was the one where Storm became like leader of the Morlocks.
We are the future, Charles, not them.
And then Wolverine went to Japan and fought Silver Samurai. And then, what was it? Oh, yeah. Scott's like clone wife of Jean became Phoenix and stuff. Yeah,
But he cannot stop cheating on his wife. God damn.
can't.
Scott.
Yeah, did he
Keep
cheat
your
on her
penis
with
in your pants.
Emma Frost too? Like,
She
the whole
was-
thing that happened?
he-
And he's
had-
always the victim. They're like, poor Scott.
I know,
Like,
he had
is
the-
getting so much pussy.
He had the mental affair with her, is what it was.
Right. Emotional.
Emotional affair.
Yeah. So the first actual comic books I remember getting was whenever they did the X-Men line, like not Uncanny X-Men, when they did X-Men 1.
Mm-hmm.
I bought some special pack that had like 5 different copies of the first issue, but they were all the variant covers. And that was like whenever things started getting crazy in the 90s with all that.
Yeah, it was like X-Men #1.
Yeah.
I
And then
remember-
Death of Superman, of course, was the
Death of
gimmick that happened around
Superman.
the same time.
Oh yeah, I remember Death of Superman. My mom actually went and got the second because she worked at the hospital, which was next to the nearest comic book store at the time, and
Yeah.
she went in and got me the. She couldn't get me the first printing of Death of Superman, but she got me the second printing.
I had the paperback, the trade of Death of Superman. Another one that I must have taken those to half price books or something.
Dude, that Death of Superman storyline goes hard. I've got the omnibus of it at the house.
Yeah.
And like the first 2 pages,
Omnibus.
you see this like little chirpy, cute little bird go into this little
Yeah.
hand. And it's Doomsday's hand. And you see it goes, "Bruh." And you're like, I was like, what the fuck is this?
This is for kids. It's for kids to enjoy.
Yeah.
Who was it? Booster Gold that he put into a coma? Like the whole entire Justice League tries to take him down.
He like trashed the Justice League.
Yeah.
He beat the shit out of him.
I think it was either Blue Beetle or Booster Gold he put into a coma.
Jason, did you see the screenshot of the Batman Beyond movie that they're talking about?
No.
It looks
It's like a mock-up
Spider-Verse.
or whatever. Yeah. Spider-Verse looking Batman Beyond.
Is it AI'd out?
Oh, it's just fun animation. Looks like that painted style.
Oh, okay. No, I
Like
haven't seen it yet.
Spider-Verse. I don't know if they're doing it or if they're not
No, I
doing
don't
it.
think
Or,
I didn't see if they were doing it at all.
and then James Gunn, again, speaking of being not preposterous, what was the word? Presumptuous.
Okay, yeah.
James Gunn is not calling his movie Superman Legacy anymore. He's just calling it Superman, which
Yeah.
both of those are cunty things to do.
I'm okay. I mean, the first
Calling it
Superman was-
Legacy is cunty.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the first Superman was called Superman the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
right.
technically, I'm okay.
There hasn't been a movie just called Superman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
So
dun, dun.
yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay. It's James Gunn. I'm gonna give him a shot
Yeah.
because Suicide Squad, the one by David Ayer, that sucked.
It was a piece of shit, and then it was
Sympathizers.
completely redeemed by
Oh,
James Gunn.
Yeah, it was completely redeemed. But let's
did
let's
Guardians
sidetrack
of the
for a
Galaxy?
second. He did. Let's sidetrack for a second. Suicide Squad soundtrack, the David Ayer movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just me, or was it like someone went to the licensed music factory
And
and,
then-
and like they just sorted the spreadsheet out by how many times it's been played?
Yeah.
Most popular
Most
jukebox
popular,
picks.
yeah, most like
And they
jukebox
just
picks.
diarrheaed it into the film.
Yes.
Because like, at one point, I swear to God, they started playing 2 like 1970s pop songs at the same time.
Yeah.
Like it was so bad.
It was it's like someone went to a bar jukebox and
Yeah.
said play.
And that was what that was is,
Baby lock
you after Guardians of the Galaxy came out with all the songs in Guardians of the Galaxy, they're like, let's do that. But they did it with no like finesse.
But there's a curation. Yeah, there's a curation aspect to it.
But then, who did they bring in to do another Suicide Squad movie? They brought in the guy who did Guardians of the Galaxy, and it ended up being awesome. It was like he made the movie they were trying to make.
Everybody tried to go to the Tarantino school of this is gonna be cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it come in right at the right time. We're
I
gonna make
did,
a hip
if things will
soundtrack.
stop being quippy, I'm all for it.
Did you watch Loki, Jason?
No, I didn't watch Loki. That was came out during my little burnout phase.
Yeah.
So the TVA from Loki, the Time Variant Authority, is going to be in Deadpool. That's Marvel canon now. Their responsibility is to bring everything back into.
Does that mean I
stop.
need to watch Loki then?
Probably
mean-
not for Deadpool.
It's not bad. It's a
I heard
it's
it's
a
not
fun,
bad.
silly office type thing with interdimensional implications.
Like I liked WandaVision,
And
a
he's
lot when it
good.
came
The
out,
actor,
but-
Loki guy is good. Owen Wilson's good, or whatever. Luke Wilson's good. There's a bunch of good people, and it's got Data from Goonies.
Oh.
Gooners.
I think that's why I'm going to give Fantastic Four the benefit of the doubt, because the guy that directed WandaVision, and you might have seen, you might have not. And I know it's like 3 years old or whatever, but I really liked how when they did like the multiple eras and stuff,
Yeah.
it was like very
They're in their era.
yeah.
I'm in my WandaVision
They're in their
era.
WandaVision era.
I'm in
I'm
my
in
all
my
these shows are going to
1970s
suck.
era.
It's Disney Plus and all the shows are going to suck era.
That's
I'm in my All in the Family WandaVision era, and I am in my Who's the Boss WandaVision
Who's the Boss
era.
era, yeah.
And then I'm in my Malcolm in the Middle WandaVision era.
Yeah.
Don't make me get in my shitty DC Universe MCU zone. That was a bad era. But yeah, the Deadpool's using the TVA from Loki to retcon, I
Okay.
think, and make sense of all of the multiverses again.
Okay.
Which hopefully, they've got some winks and nods to Fantastic Four, because I think that's the next thing they're working on.
I told Donnie years ago I would love it if they did like a Fantastic Four of the 60s like they did the Kirby comics. And if they do
That's
it,
what I always thought they should have done.
if
I
they
was
do
hoping they
it,
were going to do a Hawkeye like that newest comic, the hipster Hawkeye.
they did though. It was good. It was
Hey.
fun. You didn't like it?
They were in their Everything Sucks era of Disney Plus.
They're in their slop era.
The slop air.
They're what they call it? They call it goy slop. Is the joke about like Jews control everything and this is slop for the goyim
Oh no.
to keep them what do you call
Goulash.
it? Yeah. So we have this X-Men 97 thing coming, they had to. So Morph is now a they them because that was huge in 1997. Was non-binary, and then they gave Storm her mohawk, her 80s mohawk. Why does 1997 Storm have to have a mohawk? Why couldn't they do an 80s Storm?
Is Magneto gay? He seems gay. I stole all of Professor's will and testament.
It's all mine.
You don't gotta have
I did appreciate the meme going around how Charles went hard on Magneto and sent him back to remember the Holocaust. You
Yeah.
remember that? Like,
That's in the
it's in the cartoon.
the cartoon from the
And
90s.
You know what? I didn't
like
think
he's
about that.
mentally
I was
sent him back to the
like, I
Holocaust.
was like, holy shit!
Did
I was,
y'all
I was
have
11 when
That's like when the nukes come out.
Yeah, that was on like 10:30 a.m. in the morning on a Saturday. You're eating cereal and you're like, "What's the Holocaust? Holy shit!" Wow.
Did y'all have a favorite X-Men game of all the? There haven't been very many.
I really like the arcade fighter, the
six-player one.
Yeah, yeah.
I have memories of burning $20 on a full playthrough of that when I was in 6th grade.
Oh, listen to the guy bragging over here. He got it only
It was fucking hard though.
took him 80 quarters to beat the game.
It only took but but he played that game. That's the U.S. version.
That was
and
hard.
There's no life. You get a life bar, get extra mutant powers in the Japanese version, which I found out when I bought it on Xbox 360 back in the
I
day.
remember screaming like a dumb bitch when I got to make Mega Man and Iron Man shoot huge room-filling lasers at each other in Marvel vs. Capcom.
I think my favorite
Who's
one.
stronger?
I think my favorite X-Men game would have to, any X-Men game, it's probably gonna have to be. I have a soft spot for X-Men versus Street Fighter because
That was how it started, right? That was before the Marvel versus Capcom.
They did their own X-Men game, and then they did Marvel, and then they did X-Men versus Street Fighter. Oh my god, I can't believe.
I just remember X-Men versus Street Fighter being the first one. That's
That was the
one I
first
remember.
big versus
and then it became Marvel versus Capcom, which is all the superheroes versus all the Capcom guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get into Sonic? Do you ever play Sonic? Do you like Sonic games?
The what Hedgehog?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I don't know.
No, Sonic games where you put headphones on and listen to Pink Floyd.
Oh, okay.
Play hopscotch.
There you go. God. Yeah, I have a soft spot for Sonic because I always want to see it succeed.
Yeah, Frontiers is $20.
Frontiers is good though. I liked it. A lot of
Oh,
people.
you did like it.
A lot of people were down on it. I liked Frontiers.
I mean, it seems like a cool idea.
Superstars that just came out. It was okay. It was fine.
That was me and Jason on 99.99. I went and got Final Fantasy VIII. He went and got a Dreamcast with Sonic.
Yeah, I got
Was it Sonic Adventure?
It was
that
Sonic Adventure and Soul Calibur. I didn't get it on $9.99. I got like 3 months later.
Yeah, it was later.
But that was
was-
it. That was it for me.
I remember playing Sonic Adventure at your house.
Yeah, you played it at my house, but once it was over, once I got Soul Calibur, I got an F in New Testament studies because I was at a Baptist university,
High school university.
high school university.
Are you gonna get Rise of the Ronin?
Dude, I've got a backlog I got to get through. Like I still need to play.
But it's Ghost of Tsushima with a hang glider.
No, I know, but I still.
Did
gotta...
you get into Neo or any of those?
Yeah, I got the Neo.
Okay. Neo too?
I got okay. I got maybe into level, like the 6th level on Neo, and then I just got skunked.
Neo 2 is cool if you like perfect parrying, because if you do a perfect parry, you turn into a huge demon and kill everybody.
Yeah, and then
So it's like you get a well-timed thing that results in an interdimensional.
Yeah, the first Neo has
flames.
all the cute like spirits, so like the little tiger cubs and stuff. No, I got to get through. I get through Persona 3 Reload. I'd be really wanting to play that. I need to get through the 2 Like a Dragons that just came out over the past few years, and
Is that the actual title of Yakuza games is Like a Dragon?
Yeah.
And now they switched over and just started calling them Like a Dragon?
In Japan, I think it's Ru Gagatoku, which is, Like a Dragon.
Huh.
So they brought it over here. They called it Yakuza. And then now they're just like, maybe that has negative connotations. I don't know. I don't know why they changed it back. But now it's called Like a Dragon again. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for the Amazon card. I was just shopping last night for hatchets. I want to get split wood in my backyard again. That was really fun.
Well, there you go.
I'm trying to think of exercise things that I will do that I won't quit. Like chopping wood is the best because you get a product, you get sweaty, and you feel like you're helping somebody. I just don't live in Russia enough. I need to live more in Canada for that. Nobody needs wood chopped in Texas.
Yeah, you need to do the Wolverine out in the Canadian wilderness. After, a horrible incident with the multiverse or whatever, you're like, I'm just going to go to Canada.
And the best there is
chop
what I
wood
do. And
for
what
a
I do
living.
is being gay and trans.
Yeah.
I might get a Penfield windbreaker with that.
Okay.
It's
Well,
they just
enjoy.
reissued the one that Noel Gallagher wore at Main Road.
Oh, okay.
It's a British jacket company,
Nice.
but they have that two-tone windbreaker that I want.
I asked my wife. I was like, well, we've been to Japan twice. I kind of want to go to London. Do you want to go to London? Or she goes, London's for old people. And
What?
I went, where's this coming from?
Those are all the people that came to the Charlatans and Ride show that I was
I
at.
bet
Old
that's
British
what I was
married
saying.
couples.
It's just,
Like, been to a lot of Noel Gallagher concerts lately.
that's right. She's like, no. She's like, I figured like we could still like. She wanted.
Remember when we snogged and boffed in the alley behind the main road?
She's like, we go to London when we're old because there's just a lot of walking around and sightseeing, But like she goes, going to Japan and stuff. She goes, I still want to go to Osaka.
Yeah.
And I want to go to Universal Studios Japan. I was like, okay, well let's do that then. So we're doing that at the end of the year. So, but it was just funny. Now I can't get out of my head. London's for old people.
I want to go to Bali. Bali, they have cabanas over the water that are built onto a dock with a hammock that's on 2 bars sticking out flat, like it doesn't swing,
Yeah.
and then you can roll off of it into the ocean
Nice.
like it's its own porch. So you can chill on the hammock and have a Malibu on ice, and then just roll over and drown, or not,
Yeah.
maybe almost drowned.
Are you telling me this
You
is how you
doggy
want to
paddle.
go out? Is this what this is?
Good luck finding me on the other side of the
Burial at
planet,
sea.
asshole.
How easy is it to get heroin in Bali? You just shoot up, fall
Go to
off,
Thailand
drown.
and
That's
fuck a little
perfect
boy,
ending.
and
Oh no.
he'll help you find heroin.
I'm in my Thai ladyboy era.
All of the heroin in Bali is hidden in Thailand boys' assholes. You have to go find it.
Woof.
Oh, I thought up a movie. It's fat Russell Crowe gone completely psycho in a car, and he has to fight Jennifer Lopez, who's just been divorced, and she's in workout clothes, and it's called Unhinged Enough.
Is she
you-
in the same car with them?
Are you unhinged enough? It's the show. It's the Predator, Alien versus Predator of
Nice.
motherfuckers losing at movies.
Have y'all seen the trailer for the new Jennifer Lopez thing on Amazon?
Is it a show?
It's like a movie with her new. I was like, this is me. ...
Oh
Now.
yeah.
And apparently, some clip dropped this week of where we're talking about the celebrities they couldn't get.
And
And it was just like we can't get I don't know. It was just, we can't get Helen Mirren. We can't get so and so. We can't get it. And it's like it's very presumptuous of you to think for your new album you can get all these big stars and stuff like that.
That's so. You know who the filmmaker Neil Breen is?
Yes.
He's like horrible. Like
I see him on. Yeah, I see him on Red Letter Media. So.
He has a movie called I Am Here ... Now. So I'm like, is Amazon ripping off Neil Breen for a Jennifer Lopez movie? That's awesome.
It's like the Succession slogan. We hear you.
Yeah, we hear you. Yeah.
We hear you.
We here for you.
Oh man.
I did appreciate on Red Letter Media is it a Marilyn Manson lyric or is it a
Bloodhound Gang? Yeah, Marilyn
it's
Manson for Bloodhound
great.
Gang.
Oh, it's so good. Both are so terrible.
Yeah, they were the shit. They were the shit when we were in high school.
I know. Everyone said, these guys are so cool.
All our geriatric millennial stuff is coming back around, I guess.
I guess so.
Old British couple married music.
That's right.
And being too annoyed to say cool words.
That's
This episode is brought to you by We're About to Die. We're old and we're about to die. This is our last will and testament. We're kind of putting our thoughts.
This is our last episode.
We're in our last era.
We're in our the end of an era.
The end of the era. Very good.
All right. Well, speaking of being end of the era, this is the end of this podcast era. We are hitting, perfect timing.
Yeah.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to switch over and we are going to stream some Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And maybe we'll even get Jason to say a slur. Let's see.
Wigger. Say wigger.
No.
You won't say wigger?
No.
It's not a slur.
No, I'll let you guys do that. You guys handle the
We-grow.
slurs.
Will you say we-grow?
No.
That's like the nicer way.
No, I'd rather not.
Negro.
That's all you had to say, we-grow. Shit. It is very hard to stream Final Fantasy and not think of slurs watching what they did with Barrett. Because he knows a bunch of Japanese guys going, making him talk like Samuel Jackson.
Oh, no.
Every motherfucker, everything, motherfucker. Suck on this. Suck on this shit, bitch.
I'm too old for this.
Suck on this. All right. Thanks for hanging out, Jason.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Bye.